Okay, good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube. Iyun to lean on. Today we're doing Siman Kuf Lamed Ches 138. Um, this Siman is really based on what we said yesterday, that every Aliyah has to have at least three psukim. And therefore, because people might leave shul early or come early, so therefore, when you're starting a parsha, ending a parsha, you shouldn't start from a parsha with only two psukim read. And you shouldn't leave off a parsha leaving only two psukim, because then people will think the previous person or the person afterwards is only going to read two psukim. Why is this a bad deal reading two psukim? You make a brachas at Torah. You can make a brachas at Torah even on one pasuk. Why is it so bad over here? So he said that the minimal kriyas at Torah has to be 10 psukim, which the Gemara Megillah says is because Asar Ma'amaros Nivra B'Olam, the world was created Hashem's 10 Ma'amaros. B'diavad you could have 9, like Parsha Amalek, if that's where the Parsha ends. But everyone has to have at least three psukim. Why can't you divide it? So one of the halachas, you can't divide it 5, 2, and 3, or 6, 2, and 2, right? Why does everyone have to have three psukim? So I think it's important to note. I mean, there's a little philosophical over here, but I think what the Torah is trying to tell you over here is that when you come to the Torah, when you're old of the Torah, and you're learning the Torah, you're quoted from the Torah. Torah Sheba'al Peh is one thing, and Torah Sheba'al is different. Torah Sheba'al is very hard to understand. That's why, and I saw in the Kichels, they had an interesting Kichel this week, even though I don't usually like the Kichels in Mishpacha magazine. They had a cartoon this week about some guy in yeshiva. Sounds like me a little bit, you know. He's like giving shiurim in the yeshiva about mitzvah srichas kavana, mitzvah and srichas kavana, and then in the coffee room he's talking about politics. He's telling you, laying for your buck news, November 14th, 2022, like I did yesterday. You know about laying for your buck news, a bunch of shorts I make about the daily news cycle and my opinion about them. So he's talking as he has an opinion about everything politically, of course, not about non-kosher topics like sports or what's trending in the world, only things that are, on Yeshiva World News. Whoever decided what is kosher to be on Yeshiva World News or not. No secular entertainment, no certain things that are off limits, but so so then he was talking about these things in Shiva, in the coffee room, he's giving shiurim, and then he comes to his shver, his father-in-law, for a Shabbos meal. His father says, "No, you have something to say on the parsha?" And his face goes red. He has nothing to say, even though the guy was speaking every week. He has an opinion on everything in politics. He has an opinion on every sugya in Shas. He has an Iyun share like me on every daf in Daf Yomi. Nonetheless, he has nothing to say on the parsha, and the reason there's nothing to say on the parsha, I don't explain the reason why it's so hard. The reason I understand the parsha is because Torah Shebechtav is a big secret. The Bible is a big secret. It's written in German. We don't know what it means, so we have to translate it into English. So that's why it's so hard. Yes, there's a lot of rabbanim. We give homolytics on the parsha. So nice drushes, a nice idea on the parsha. But to say something on the Torah is very hard. If you want to say something true, if you want to say something on Torah Sheba'al Peh, you can say it if you can believe in what you're saying and you research what you're saying, and you thought about what you're saying. You can say something close to the truth, maybe even get to the truth in Torah Sheba'al Peh. Or in politics, or other, you have to have legitimate viewpoints. However, in Torah Sheba'al Peh, it's very hard to get something that's accurate and true. And you're like the type of person who likes to say things which are chidushim, things which are a new thing, which maybe makes sense. It's almost impossible to machadesh in the Bible, in the Old Testament. So that's what's so hard. So part of the Bible and part of the Torah Shebachtav to tell you that we're all on the same plane. We're all given the same shot. Every person who's born, if he's not a Gilgal, is born, and he's given a fair shot. He's given a fair shot in this world. As I mentioned, that, the way it's determined if you're successful in the world is how well you make decisions, But everyone is given a fair shot. So when you have 10 aliyahs to divide it, that one person gets 5, one person gets 2, one person 3, it's not fair that they should be divided unevenly. Now you need 10 psukim, so one person has got 4, so you can give it to anyone you want, like the Gemara says. But that's because it's impossible, and technically you can really have a parsha of 9 psukim, and everyone gets 3, but everyone has to get equal to show that everyone, when they come into this world and the Torah Shebechtav, which is the secret of this world, which I'm telling you what the secret is to make decisions, but the secret of this world, Torah Shebechtav, everyone's given a fair shot, and we all have the right, the opportunity to be successful. Whether you're a Jewish person or not a Jewish person, everyone has the Bible. Everyone has access to the Bible in the world, and not just Jewish people. There's Christian people. You go to any hotel room, they have a Bible. They used to have Bibles in the room. I don't know. Um, Even people who are Buddhists or atheists, they acknowledge the fact of a Bible in the world. At some point in their life, they come across the Bible. So everyone has a fair shot, and that's why it has to be fair. Everyone gets three psukim. No one gets more than anyone else. That's the reason I think it has to be three psukim. Not dafka three psukim, just to be everyone is equal. Um, and that's what I'd like to say about this. Hope you enjoyed today's share. See you in the next one.